Hello, I'm the nostalgia critic. I remember it so you don't have to. I guess this guy really is a thing about cows. In 2006, Nickelodeon Paramount released Barnyard, from the mind of Stephen Oedekerk, who we've covered a few times here on the channel. As I've mentioned before, I'm not an expert on this guy, but I'm always at least a little interested when his name is attached to a project. Partly because his style of comedy varies greatly in terms of quality, but there's also always a sense that he's giving it his all no matter how perfectly or imperfectly strange the project is. Barnyard did decent enough at the box office and even got a show on Nickelodeon the following year, yet its reception's been confusing to me. I've never seen it. I mean, I was graduating college around this point. It wasn't really something on my radar. But it clearly left an impression on a lot of people, as a lot of folks have asked me to review it for a while. And I didn't know if this was a good thing or a bad thing, as when I looked it up, the audience and critical scores aren't strong, but if you look on YouTube, the views are pretty bonkers. So there's clearly something in here that people remember, whether it's for better or worse. And I guess it's finally time for me, just almost a mere 20 years later, to see what it is. So let's take a closer look. Whether I should be congratulated or pray for it, let's take a look at Barnyard. The film opens with not the worst animation. For Dougal. Yeah, one of the reasons I didn't check this out before is the animation design on the main characters looks pretty bad. But there have been properties with not the best style that have turned out decent material. Even if there are a lot more that don't, but let's give it a shot.
Clear!
Once the farmer leaves, the animals Toy Story themselves into an active social life. We see Miles the Mule and Ben the Cow, played by Danny Glover and Sam Elliott. Oh, they know the stars we demand to see together! As Ben tries to keep the farm out of trouble.
Little creation of mine I like to call hill surfing.
However, his son Otis, played by Kevin James, always brings trouble to them. Alright, I'll say this, these backgrounds are weirdly good. For as cheap as the characters look, the color and scale of these landscapes is really reflecting someone saying, "Underpaid animator looking for job at Pixar, please."
Before we get started, we have a birthday. Everett the dog turned 13 today.
Again, somebody worked overtime on that thing.
Lest I remind you, this is coyote season. These are ruthless and desperate creatures.
The only thing that can stop them? Tax write-offs.
Let's hit it. Moo!
Paramount, I will pay good money to see the footage of Sam Elliott making that moo. Ben and Otis don't always get along, as Otis always tries to goof off with his friends.
They're coyotes. Them tiny, us big.
A strong man stands up for himself. A stronger man stands up for others.
And a stronger man would ask the question, as cows, shouldn't we be female? Are we?
He runs across two new cows named Bessie and Daisy, played by Courtney Cox and Wanda Sykes.
Hey, oh, look at you. You're all,
Pregnant?
Is she? Her belly's the same size as all the others. Though then again, what do I know about the science of cows? I mean, a second ago I thought they were all female. I'm sorry, I can't get past this!
Now every heifer, every cow.
The animals throw a hoedown that night, where they partake in... Okay, if you move that bowl literally an inch down, this is a very disturbing R. While that's going on, Ben and Otis keep an eye out for coyotes.
I remember when I used to sit out here with your sister.
I don't have a sister.
Oh, yeah. That was you, wasn't it?
See, I'm not the only one confused by this. And man, I'll give Sam Elliott credit. Even for goddamn Barnyard, he's acting his ass off.
It was the day you showed up. I see this little baby calf. I looked up into the sky, and I would have swore I saw the stars dance.
Okay, what is it about cartoon animals written for toddlers that make bizarrely good fathers? Otis is too busy thinking about the party he was asked to go to, though, so Ben decides to be generous and let him go to it. Where we see... What was in those hallucinogenic drugs I took this morning?
The real winner, that one.
Stop. I think he's kind of cute.
As every hot woman contractually has to think about Kevin James. Otis performs a song for everybody, but the pizza boy shows up, and while I haven't exactly gotten that many laughs yet, the writing here is pretty funny.
My arm fell off. My fake arm. Do you need any help? It's just against my religion. I'm a no-helpian.
I'm in a similar denomination. That's why I do my own effects. Isn't that right, random talking cow? He's gonna be a regular. Wouldn't you know it, though? Coyotes attack the farm and, quite frankly, out of nowhere, turn up the creepy by several notches.
Sorry to call on you so late in the evening, but we did have a previous engagement.
Did they just write in the script Canine Heath Ledger Joker appears?
Shush. Oh, shush. Are you gonna stop us, huh?
That's David Ketchner acting bizarrely terrifying, as Ben shows up to stop them.
Put the hen down, Dag.
You know how much we like the hens.
No, really, where did this character come from? I've read Thomas Harris books less frightening. Ben uses his night moves to fight him off with night moves, but Dag manages to get the drop on him. Otis finds him too late.
In this empty room.
Don't take this the wrong way, but your Barnyard. What is the rapping mouse gonna give a eulogy?
You hang on there, buddy.
Okay, calm down, Grave of the Fireflies. You had a show that ran after Fairly Odd Parents.
Someone has to do this. We don't have Ben. Therefore, I would like to nominate myself.
After wasting 2 minutes on a dog character we've barely seen, making an argument he should be in charge, which, okay, 2 minutes doesn't sound like much, but... It's a long 2 minutes. The animals nominate Otis, and it looks like he certainly has his work cut out for him. I told you for a while, Riverdance just wouldn't die.
It's daylight! The farmer's gonna be back!
Wild Mike. Wild Mike.
In a just odd moment, they bring out an animal called Wild Mike to dance and distract Otis from his responsibilities.
What kind of animal is that?
I don't know, but he sure can dance!
Isn't it obvious it's the devil's butthole from those honeycomb commercials? Yeah, there's an idea for a joke here, but it doesn't really connect to much. I feel like it just exists for kids to watch and bounce to on YouTube over and over. Yep, that checks out. The farmer returns and sees all the animals partying, so Miles knocks him out. They try to make him think a branch fell on him, and he dreamt the whole thing. But he wonders how his shoe got so far away from him.
Will you stop doing that?
Okay, the wanton destruction for this harmless old man is surprisingly a good running joke. They try to make it look like 2 branches fell on him. Okay, we're finally getting some decent laughs. And Otis sees there's more responsibilities to his job as kids sneak in to go cow tipping.
That's called cow tipping.
Otakar finally showed what the Neutron kids look like in the future. They hotwire the neighbor's car and go after the kids, and every once in a while, a little bit of that Otakirk randomness shines through.
You bring the stuff.
It's right here, huh?
Show it.
It's
Show it.
It's right here.
Show it.
It's right here.
Show it.
It's right there.
That felt like dialogue he would dub in a martial arts movie. They go to tip the kid who tipped them, who I swear is the bad guy from Megamind.
Never go to Meadows. Never go to Meadows. Never go to Meadows.
Boy, I hate to say it, but could Ben have died earlier? Because we're finally getting some good jokes here. But the cops spot them.
Probably some teenagers going out for a joyride. Nothing no strip search won't cure ya.
Is this thing still on?
This is a Nickelodeon property, all right? The cows get involved in an all-out police chase, which is starting to look like a Need for Speed game. But they crash the car and make a run for it.
Mind if I join you?
Huh? No.
The film is nice enough to remind us Daisy is in the movie. Hey, that's not fair. They're still reminding us Miles is in the movie. And why did that dog get 2 minutes? And they decide to have a chat.
My dad had a thing about stars.
He told me that the night he found me, he looked up into the sky and the stars.
You will believe a cow can cry. Your Barnyard! Daisy reveals her sad backstory as well, saying a bad storm took out her husband and friends.
When we went home, well, everyone was gone.
Come on, tell him the truth. It was the clown. The clown took everybody. Meanwhile, Dag and the others are on the hunt as Otis decides to hunt them down.
What do you want to be, a hero? Cow?
That was a very strong coyote. What did Otis say about him again?
Them tiny, us big.
Yeah, but with Smash Brother moves on their side, apparently.
Falcon punch!
See you around. Round, you're fat.
Why did these two actors think the Academy Awards were watching them in this? Dag says if he doesn't let them take whatever they want, they'll kill all the animals, and Otis doesn't know how to stop them.
Hey, Pop. You know, I know I always said that I wasn't you, and I'm not. But I wish I was.
I never thought I'd say this, but can the cow do a kung fu fight or something? Jesus, I can't believe I had to tell Barnyard to lighten up. This is like saying elf bowling has too many talks about seasonal depression.
I'm leaving. I got my own life to lead, all right? I don't belong here anymore.
Otis says he's leaving the farm because he doesn't think he can help.
What happened, Otis?
Look, it's complicated.
If you're hurting, let me help. I'd like to help.
And I'm sorry, this film is taking itself so seriously so often, I actually start laughing at how ridiculous it looks seeing dialogue from a heavy drama coming out of the cast of Home on the Range.
You want to know what happened? I froze, okay? Everyone here, they all trust me. And I can't protect a single one of them.
Remember that video that put Yogi and Boo Boo in the assassination of Jesse James? It's like they did the same thing except with two cows and Marriage Story.
You're being so much like your father.
Do not compare me to my father.
I didn't compare you to him. I said you were acting like him.
You're exactly like your mother. And you're like my father. You're all the bad things about all of these people.
You're goddamn Barnyard! He's told the coyotes took several of the chickens and their chicks, so he decides to take matters into his own hands. Through this really weird music transition. Oh, sorry, the film reel for 9 suddenly started playing, but given the tone shifts, I doubt you noticed. The coyotes are about to eat the chickens when Otis comes in to save the day.
Well, I know what's right.
Now the soundtrack for Logan is mixed up in here. You know, if Killer Clowns from Outer Space suddenly appear, I'm not even gonna flinch. His friends show up though and come to help him out.
Hey!
Sorry, man. This is pellets.
I should be put off, but honestly, I'm impressed we're in the last 10 minutes, and that's the first we're getting of those jokes. Maybe somebody weirdly wrote a note saying replace all fart jokes with talking at father's grave scenes. The cows hotwire the car again and use it to defeat the coyotes. And I guess I do chuckle at the intimidating villain suddenly screaming like this. I know, I too was shocked I found high-pitched screaming funny.
I got something special for you.
So nice when one underutilized character releases another underutilized character.
Remember me?
Otis gets the drop on Dag and has a chance to finish him off.
Never come back.
Might I also add run and honk? Everybody heads home just in time to discover Daisy is giving birth.
What are you gonna name him?
Ben.
Aw, it's a beautiful little boy cow. I'm sorry, what are those if that's a male?
Hey there, little Ben.
They call the baby Ben, presumably because he mumbles like Sam Elliott, and Otis looks up in the sky to see what else the stars dancing. Alright, that's a little sweet. Don't think we needed 12 scenes of bovine grieving to get to it though. Oh, and Captain Caveman's hairball or whatever has the last scene with the lady whose car they stole. How does this guy unintentionally make some of the creepiest imagery in his comedies? So okay, that was Barnyard, and man, it wasn't what I was expecting. I guess it's technically not good, but I don't really see either why so many people remember it, on a good level or bad level. There are some things that are fine, like I said, there's a few jokes that worked. There's surprisingly a couple decent performances, and despite the character designs being bad, with few exceptions, the actual movement of the animation was smoother than I expected. Compare this movement to, say, Jimmy Neutron or Norm of the North or other films that had similar cheap designs, and you'll see there actually is more fluidity to this than you would think. But it also isn't that consistently funny, and part of that might be it weirdly takes itself too seriously at times. There's a lot of talks about grief and responsibility and anxiety, which would be fine in a more emotional or artistic film, but the cover has cows riding motorcycles. And honestly, it doesn't add anything that new to this very familiar scenario. It's a parent dying, a screw-up taking over a role of authority, and teaching some bullies a lesson. We've seen this a million times. But I don't know, there's clearly something here that calls to younger people who watch clips on YouTube or turned in for the TV show or, like I said, recommended I review it for years. So maybe I'm missing something. To me, it wasn't so bad or so good it deserved much talk, but maybe if I grew up with it, I would understand either the passionate love or passionate hatred it has. Whatever your thoughts, there's clearly something here that calls to kids. I just don't know and honestly don't care that much to find out. But at least now I can see what all the fuss is about, whether I see it as worthy of that fuss or not. For my money, I'm just gonna go watch Kung Pao again. I'm the nostalgia critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Show it.
It's right here. Show it.
Show it.